I'd like to invite my colleague Peggy Plummer forward, who will introduce our speaker. Peggy is my esteemed colleague. She's beginning her 9th year here with Wallin Education Partners, and she brings to it a commitment and drive and motivation and belief in these young adults. So with no further ado, Peggy.
Thank you. I am very happy to introduce one of my former scholars who is going to be speaking to us tonight. 6 years ago, she was in this room, just like all of you high school seniors, getting her certificate to be a Wallin Scholar. Tenzin Jangchup is a first-generation Tibetan American born in India. She moved to Brooklyn Park, Minnesota at the age of 7. Tenzin graduated from Park Center Senior High School in 2008 and became a Wallin Scholar. She decided to attend the North Dakota State University in Fargo, where she obtained a Bachelor of Science in Pharmacology, magna cum laude, and then immediately went on to graduate school. May 17th, just next week, Tenzin will be receiving her PhD in pharmacy. Wow. Amazing. 6 years ago. Besides taking many classes and working very hard, Tenzin was also involved in many things at school. She served in leadership positions in at least 8 different organizations. She was involved in research and public health. In the summer, she didn't just stay home. Tenzin worked in many different countries. She worked in Indonesia, working with high-risk population regarding HIV and AIDS transmission prevention program. She also worked in northern India, working with children, providing them vitamins and helping them in medical. And then, just this last summer actually, she worked with the native population in Guatemala and Peru. After graduation, Tenzin was continuing with her career and her goals of serving people in the health. And she's accepted a position as a clinical residency position in Albuquerque, New Mexico, providing health care to the various Native American tribes in that region. So Tenzin, we are so proud of you, and I'm so glad that you could come and join us today.
All right, good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? I know the food's settling in, so I don't want to see any dozing off or anything like that. So everyone doing good? Yeah. Let's do a little better. Everyone doing good? Yeah. All right, perfect. First of all, I just want to thank Peggy for giving me that introduction for my speech. And just want to say, she's been an advisor of mine and honestly a great friend. We've met up with many college coffee dates and have a lot of talking. So she honestly feels like a second mother to me. So thank you, Peggy. First of all, today I stand before you not as a motivational public speaker. I'm not that great. And nor as a person with a lifetime of wisdom to impart unto you guys. I'm not that old. But today, I stand here just as someone that wants to just share stories and lessons that I've learned throughout my life. So hopefully you guys can take that and see how that impacts your life. I just want to share why I have done the things that Peggy just described that I've done with my life so far. And, I remember 2008, sitting in your seats and thinking, well, what am I going to do with my life? And everyone asking me, what do you plan on doing? And what is your life goal? And that's a very deep question if you ask me. And I just said, I just want to be happy. And I sincerely just want to be happy and make other people happy. And growing up with Tibetan parents, I always was reminded by the wise words of His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, who always said that true happiness only comes from compassionate acts. So just grew up with that, so thank you, Mom and Dad. And now as I reflect on my life experiences thus far, If there was one word to truly describe my past, my present, and my future, that word would definitely have to be compassion. Compassion from all the people around the world is a true reason I am where I am today and standing in front of you giving this speech. The people in India that helped my grandparents when they were political refugees and ran away from Tibet. All the people, humanitarian workers that came and helped out with the refugees in India. And obviously the American people for accepting my family and I into this country to call home when we had no country to call home. So thank you. And here in the United States, despite coming from a family of 5 kids with no college savings, I was able to go on and obtain my bachelor's degree, and then later on, well, in a week or so, get my doctorate. So hopefully that works out. And yes, and this all would not have been possible, obviously, through the enormous heart that the Wallin family has shown, and the incredible advisors and people that work at the Wallin Scholarship Foundation. And so you can see how my past has really been affected by the kind act and the compassionate hearts from everyone around the world. So you can see why I want to dedicate my life to serving others and hope that I can, just pay it forward a little bit. So during college, this goal, this wanting to serve, kind of made me find programs and activities that served people from all over the world. I didn't know exactly what that entailed, but boy, did I find out. I remember my first time being exposed. I was a Freeman Scholar. That's a grant through the United States government, and where I went to Indonesia for the first time in my life, not knowing the culture, know the language. And I remember working with at-risk populations with HIV/AIDS transmission because it was a growing epidemic there. At-risk populations, that includes IV drug users, most likely heroin, brothel houses, most likely young women, and vulnerable street children who knew any better or had anything better. And so I just, this was emotionally draining work, and I remember numerous nights where sleep didn't come to me, but tears surely did. And that's when I realized that there was so much in the world that we could do and give back to. And I still remember this young girl my age always called me Teti. That wasn't my name, but it was easier, and it was an Indonesian name, and I took it. So I just remember her every single day. I would find her in the streets, wherever she slept for the night, and remember her giving her antiretroviral medications to prevent the HIV rise from going from her to the baby. And I just remember looking at her and going, what's the difference between her and I? I came from nothing, and here she is. And I just realized it was all the opportunities that were presented in front of me. So I would encourage everyone and all the young scholars here to take up every opportunity you can to just go ahead and learn from every experience that you get. Those hard challenges that I did face, I just want to tell you that you will face challenges throughout college. You finished high schools and you guys did a great job. I mean, just hearing from you guys speak about all the things you've done, you guys are truly amazing and inspiring. But I do want you to know that you will face challenges in college, and it's okay. Just the most important thing is to know that, not to view it as a negative experience, but to view it as something you can learn from and really gain something out of. So don't ever give up, because the results are just definitely worth it. I remember the time when I got the news. I was back in the States and got a phone call from the NGO director there, and he told me that the baby was born HIV-free, and I remember how happy I was. And it wasn't this happiness that I got when my family gave me a Kindle for my birthday, It didn't just happen, and I was so happy and it went away. It was this happiness that, I really, truly felt in my heart and still treasure it even today, even when I think about it. And I'll never, ever forget her face, nor that experience. So I want to tell you that the results are definitely worth it. So keep working hard. And all of you that have said that you want to give back, I think it's great. And you guys are the future. And I'm with you. So keep going at it. Now, as I finished up my degree, I want to utilize all the years of school and endless nights and procrastination to kind of start a meaningful career that incorporates both my training in pharmacotherapy and passion for health equity. So here in the United States, I realized that was joining the United States Public Health Service. A lot of you may not know it's a uniformed service, so I will be going to active duty coming this July, and I'm going to be serving the underserved populations of the country, and that includes the Native American population. And New Mexico, having a lot of the Native population and a lot of the problems with prescription drug abuse was the #1 choice for me to go, because that's where I realized there was a need. So I'll be going there to work. First of all, I want to take this opportunity and thank the Wallin family for giving me this opportunity to speak. And I have a lot of people to thank, and I can't thank them all. But first I'm going to try with my mom and dad, Bella. Thank you so much for everything, putting up with everything, and all the phone calls, all the stress, all the crying moments when I said I want to run away from Fargo, North Dakota, and come home. Thank you for putting up with me, and I cannot tell you how much you have sacrificed, and came to a country unknown to you just for this opportunity at education. I want to tell you that I am very grateful for this opportunity, and I plan on utilizing this education to keep paying it forward. But thank you, Bella. I made you guys stand up last time at a speech, so I won't do that this time. But I'd like my sister, who's videotaping right now, to stand up. A lot of people here have thanked your parents, but I'd like to take the time to thank my oldest sister, Ajabiki. She has sacrificed a lot for this family, and at the age of 14, she took on 2 jobs and now works 3 jobs, and so her younger siblings could have this opportunity. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was really clapping over here for the last guy that came through. Well, that's my little brother. So I'd also like to take this time to say that for us too, especially, she has really supported, and she worked really hard so that we could have this opportunity and not have to worry about finance and not have to worry about, taking care of things at home. She did that all, so thank you. Ajabiki, I will be forever indebted to you. And then, like I said, the Wallin family and foundation for believing in me and investing in me that 6 years ago when I had no idea where I was going in life. And now, to all the scholars, I just want to quickly speak to you. I know you guys are wanting to go home. I would like to personally invite you guys to the Wallin family, and I want you to know that you have a lot of resources at your hand. The Wallin family and all the other donors are supporting you financially, but that's just not it. You have advisors that are there for you, who will become your lifelong friends, like Peggy have for me. And I want you to know you have a network of alumni here, like myself, who would want you to succeed, and I'm rooting for you. I'm going to be your sideline cheerleader, and I'm hoping that you guys accomplish all those dreams that you stated today. And know that I am here, and so are all the other over 3,000 alumni here. So if you want, reach out to us. And then also, you guys have each other. A lot of you guys are going to the same colleges. A lot of you guys that are interested in the same things. Connect with each other. You guys are great resources for each other, and I want you to know that just connecting with each other and giving yourself the moral support to each other is going to be big in college, because you're going to need it. And I want also I want to reinstate, seize all the opportunities you can and find your happiness, because boy, when I felt that happiness with that news and all the other times I have, it's when I realized the true meaning behind His Holiness the Dalai Lama's word, that true happiness really does stem from compassion. So I want you to keep moving forward with your dreams, and know that with this scholarship, the Wallin Foundation and the education partners here today are not only investing in your future, but also investing in the future of our society. So thank you, and good luck.